we start getting really excited about planting our garden and about planning our garden. We haven't even gotten it planned yet, and it's the day after Memorial Day, so we're running a little bit late. But thankfully it's been a little bit cooler, so we figured we're going to wait until this next weekend to actually plant. We still haven't gotten, let's see, I think this is about going to be our 4th garden that we've planted living in this house, and we've never gotten a really great harvest. Last year the squirrels actually ate most of everything, and it was a little bit of a cooler year, so it didn't grow real well. I think another thing that has happened is we get so excited, we were so excited to have all this area here with this big yard that we went overboard and we got too many plants and we weren't able to take care of them properly. We've never really actually been serious, you know, we plant it and then we forgot to water it. Oops, we forgot to weed it this week. So this year the kids are a little bit older. Emma's going to be 5 in the fall. So not only will it be easier for me to get out here and to work on these things, but they can actually, all of them can help out. So I'm going to show you the sad state of our garden area now. And it's back, and actually our whole yard tends to be shaded most of the day, which is really nice. Which is really nice when we're playing out here and sitting out here. But not so great for growing a garden, but this back patch always has this nice sun most of the day. So this is where we do our gardening. The first year we kind of tore up this whole where it's indented. I don't know if it's easy to see on the camera, but we had it all tore up just right in the ground and planted. I think the first 1 or 2 years, maybe it was just the first year we did that. And then that year in the fall on clearance I had found these two cedar raised garden boxes. They were on clearance at Big Lots for like $7 a piece. So I got those, and then we had planted in those. We put a back on them, and we grew beans one year. Those didn't do real well. Now these are all just weeds. And then a lot of times in the back we were trying to grow things, and we had things in containers. So actually this year we are cutting back. We're going to do just these 2 plots here, and then maybe some lettuce in containers and cherry tomatoes maybe. So we're trying to cut way back. We're trying to go with quality rather than quantity this year and see if maybe that makes a bit of a difference. The other thing we're doing this year is this big monstrosity here is Ted's project. We're actually building a squirrel cage.
Squirrel cage.
We're going to be he's going to finish putting some supports on it because it actually is too flimsy right now, and then some chicken wire on the sides and on the top to keep the squirrels out. And then when we need to work in the garden, we should be able to, I don't think it's put together, we should be able to tip it straight back like this to be able to get to the plants. So we're really excited for that. We're hoping that this year we'll have a better harvest. Something else that is in our favor this year, and you love all our pretty flowers that we grow in our garden. That's one thing we're really good at growing, is these pretty yellow flowers that turn fluffy. But something else that is definitely in our favor this year is my brother and his sister, my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, have a huge garden. They have a little bit more property out in the country, and and she grew up gardening and having a nice big garden. Get down. And for Christmas this year, this is what they got us. They got a soil test kit. Now, we've never done this with our garden.
Yep. Yeah.
So this tests the soil, and you can tell, and then it tells you what you need to add to your soil to get it to the proper levels to grow your different things that you want to grow. And then they also got us this book. So my plan is to sit down this weekend with Ted and work out what we're doing. And I did find this free printable online. It's by Erin Hufstetler at frugalliving.about.com. And it's just a square foot garden plan. Now I know I've done these on blank paper or on notebook paper before, but I am a little bit of a dork and I like to have the little printables out, so that's nice. I think I'm going to do it on like little sticky notes or something so we can move things around as we're figuring out. So we're going to do 2 of the square foot garden plan. They're 4 foot by 4 foot, so you can actually do 16 plants in a 16 square foot area. So that's the plan, and I'm going to work on that this week, hopefully a little bit this morning.
We're going to dig up all the weeds out of our garden. Gotta work as a team.
Yeah, oh, this is really compassionate too. It's going to be hard. Okay.
Now ready to dig.
So we figured, in the spirit of school, right? Because you got to do real life school, right?
Yeah.
We are going to be testing our soil to see what kind of nutrients are in, to make sure we have enough nutrients, I should say, in our soil. So we have 2 beds. We have 2 garden beds out there. So we're going to say the one on the left is Garden A, and the one on the right is Garden B. So Rebecca, you're going to be Garden A. So I would like you to label your cup and your plate
So it just
with an A, a big A. Yep, label your
we're
cup.
going to be like right here.
Yep, that's
You and me are gonna do garden B. Look.
It's okay.
There.
Look at it, it's a big A though. Look at, it's an A. Alright, and Emma, you are B. Alright, so hand Emma the marker, please. And she's going to put a B on the outside of her cup. Good job. And on your plate. Alright, so now the next, leave your plates here. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go
Get some soil.
gather like about half a cup of soil.
Okay, which one? Okay, this one.
So we're going to go gather our samples right now.
This goes in here, right?
Yeah, it actually should be a little bit more than a quarter cup if we can.
Ooh, now it's my turn.
Alright, and now we need to shake it, Emma. You gotta shake up the soil so it, yeah, just do it like this. Swirl it for a minute.
You're trying to make
Same thing on this side?
Yep.
Okay, Rebecca, hold that.
Yeah, swirl it. They get it all mixed in with the water.
It's making dirty water.
Here, Rebecca, go put some more water in there.
No, it's supposed to be distilled water.
Oh, distilled water. Okay, never mind.
Or bottled water. Alright, let's try it too. Alright, so there's our pH test.
Green.
So where did the... Oh, so we need the green capsule.
Capsule. Green capsule.
And we're going to...
Now put it in there?
Yep, just in the little compartment. I know, I'm moving stuff around. You don't have to get the whole process either. Here. Ready? Let's break it.
Tested our soil and found out we need nutrients for
Nitrogen.
nitrogen.
So what do we need to get so we can put
Compost.
Right, so we found out that our soil needs more compost. Here is the preliminary plan for the garden. And I do say preliminary because every year we try to plan this out. And then we go to the greenhouse and get our plants and it changes. So I did make this plan using our book. We had actually tested the pH of the soil. So Garden A has a pH of around 7. Garden B plot has a pH about 6.5. So what I did is I went into our book. It suggested that if you didn't want to try and change the pH of your garden plot, just put the plants that prefer either the higher or the lower pH in each bed. So I did shuffle. I had already had these done out and I did shuffle a couple things. So that was the nice thing about having the little tags, is that I could move things around as needed. So again, very preliminary. Garden A we have in the back 2 squash, 2 zucchini. Next row, well, actually the next 2 rows are tomatoes, probably either the beefsteak or the larger tomatoes for canning. And then in the front the plan is for cherry tomatoes. Over in plot B we have some sort of melon. I'm not sure what will be available, so I thought that would be neat to try. We've never done that. A couple cucumbers. Then we have a whole row of peppers. Probably just a sweet bell pepper. We decided not to do hot pepper this year. We just haven't used it up, and they seem to go to waste. Ted loves hot peppers, but I mean, he's one person. He's not going to eat up a couple pepper plants worth. And then the next row, planning on lettuce and carrots. And then in the front, we have also never done strawberries before. So we thought we'd like to try that out. I really want to make some strawberry jam. So that is where we're at as far as the planning goes. And then in the next video, once we go and actually get our plants, we will have to revamp this. So this is just kind of our thoughts of what we would like to see, and it for sure will change. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this gives you an idea for your garden, and knowing for sure that we know basically nothing about gardening. When we moved into this house, we started learning, and we learn a lot more every year. So just start out. If you've never done a garden and you want to, you can start out doing a container garden. Even if you live like in an apartment, if you have a porch or a patio, you could do a little patio garden. Don't be afraid to try